What up? It's your boy Jay Banksy coming back with another video, and today, you read the title. I said it in the last video that I have the MLB season predictions, and that's what I'm doing today. I will be predicting every team's record and their standing place in their respective division for the 2023 MLB season. Now, I know this video is gonna be pretty long, so I'm not gonna hold you guys any longer. I got my phone, I got my notes ready to go. So let's get into it. Let's start out with the AL East, man. So, coming in at the number 5 spot, it pains me to do this. Number 5, I got the Boston Red Sox. I hate this. I hate this video already. I hate it. I hate. No, I'm not gonna punch my screen yet. You know, I'm gonna take a positive approach to this. The expectations are low. We're not really expected to do much. Everybody's on a 1-year deal, so I feel like we'll be like 71, 91. We'll have like a good win streak going. But ultimately, you know, after the All-Star break, as we usually do, we start tapering off. Yeah, the whole thing gets blown to smithereens at the end of the season, and we're gonna be rebuilding. Coming in at number 4, I got the Rays. Don't really know much on the Rays. I feel like it's another team that could win either 90 games or 77. So I'm just gonna say they're gonna win 77 games. Coming in at number 3 for me though, I got the Baltimore Orioles. Yay! I like the Orioles. I like what they're doing. I love Adley. I love Seti Moles. I like their squad. Maybe if they add like a pitcher towards the middle of the season, maybe like a Corbin Burns. I feel like he's about to be on the market. Clevenger, we'll see. That'll pretty much help their pitching rotation. And yeah, we could see them make a playoff push. I'm not sleeping on them. Coming in at number 2, you know, this is gonna be the year where people start opening their eyes about what's going on in New York. Because number 2, I got the New York Yankees. And now before the Yankee fans come for my necks, I literally said that they're going to be really good and I like what they did with their offseason. But listen, the more that I think about it, they're not that deep. But you have Donaldson and IKF. You need to get rid of them, especially Donaldson. And once Boone and Cashman get rid of their egos and maybe they put a roof over Yankee Stadium, then the Yankees will be all right. This is my prediction. I could be wrong, and more likely I will be. So that means by default, the number 1 team, the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, yes, they are a very well-rounded team. I think they have a worse pitching staff than New York, but their team is deeper. So I feel like they'll be able to make up for that when it comes down to it. Plus, they had that little playoff showing. Vladdy and Bo Bichette really tapered off towards the end of the season. I remember Vladdy was like, this is Miles, but after that, it was everybody else's house. It wasn't his. So I feel like with a year extra to gel with that new team, then they'll be pretty all right this year. Next, we're gonna take it to the AL Central. So coming in at number 6, it's really a toss-up between 2 teams. I just picked the Detroit Tigers because I literally don't know anyone except Akil Baddoo and Javi Baez. I might be missing someone down like in my head, but number 4, we got the Kansas City Royals. I feel like that goes without saying. Between the Tigers and Royals, it's just a coin flip. Coming in at number 3, we got the Chicago White Sox. Now, I know like the Chicago White Sox, they got my boy TA. I don't really know what their dynamic is with the team this year. I mean, they got good bats. They got decent pitching. I know they got Cease and Clevenger, but I don't know if it's going to stay that way for the entire season. You might lose Clevenger. Like I said, he might go to the O's. I just feel like that team is kind of in limbo this year. So I feel like they'll be, you know, kind of mid in that division, but, you know, we shall see. We shall see. Coming in at number 2, got the Minnesota Twinkies. I mean, the Twins. As much as I hate to say it, I like their team this year. I like the re-signing of Correa as much as he might have wanted to leave. Hopefully he could stay healthy. I know Byron Buxton, my boy, he's in the lineup. And they got Royce Lewis back. I've been waiting to see what Royce Lewis does this year because he was actually playing really all right before he got hurt, unfortunately. But now he's back. So if all 3 of those guys can stay healthy on top of their pitching depth in their lineup, then I think they'll be all right too. Coming in at number 1. Does it go without saying, the most dominant team in the division since before time? The Cleveland Guardians. I love their entire team, real young guys. And maybe if they stay a little humble and let Bo Naylor just zip his mouth and just let the rest of the team do the talking, I feel like they'll be all right. I love J-Ram. I love Jimenez. I love Clase. Got Beebs coming through. I mean, it goes without saying, right? Speaking of goes without saying, we got the AL West coming up. And it goes without saying that the A's are going to be at the bottom of that list. They are definitely going to lose more than 100 games. Move them to Las Vegas or somewhere. Move them to damn Madagascar. Coming in at number 4, we got the Texas Rangers. I know they added DeGrom. I know they got Seager and Simeon, but I just feel like, you know, their team is still new. They're still working their kinks out. They still got to build around certain pieces. I mean, the Rangers could jump a spot to that 3 spot, but I feel like, you know, Astros and Mariners maybe are going to be the top 2 teams. Coming in at number 3, I mean, I kind of already showed my hand, but it's the Angels coming in at 3, 81 and 81. Having the 2 best players just cracking 500 is kind of disheartening. I mean, you got Rendon back. Hopefully he could stay healthy as well. Trout, hopefully he could stay healthy. As much as it pains me to say this, Ohtani might not last the entire season with y'all. If y'all end up shipping out Ohtani and getting some pieces, you know, it could be for the better, because, you know, you're going to have to pay that man $100 billion. If not. Coming in at number 2, it goes without saying, it's going to be the Seattle Mariners. I feel like their team is better than they were last year, even though I got their record as the same as it was last year somehow. Everybody on that team is going to be a year older, a year wiser, and they got that taste of what the playoffs is like. So I feel like facing the Astros in the playoffs really tested them, and, you know, they'll be much better for it. And then, like I said, it goes without saying, like, the Astros, I mean, the rich keep getting richer. I mean, they did lose Altuve for like a month. Like, by the time I'm making this video, he'll be back just to start, and he'll give more versatility to the lineup. Obviously, you got my boy Bregman, JP3, Jordan Alvarez, Kyle Tucker, and the deep pitching staff. You guys will obviously win more than 100 games. I said 104, just threw a number out there, but, you know, the sky's the limit with you guys. So now we're going to shift over to the NL side of things, and obviously we're going to start with the NL East, because I got a lot to say about this division. Coming in at number 4 and 5, I'm just going to put them both. We got the Nationals coming in at number 5, and then the Marlins coming in at number 4. I mean, you guys are still young, still developing. I love my boy Jazz Chisholm, Joey Meneses on the Nationals. You know, y'all did y'all thing in the World Baseball Classic, but I just feel like you guys are still building. Like, it's not you. I mean, it is you, but it's definitely my decision. I just think y'all are developing. Y'all might think otherwise, but listen, I got y'all right there. Coming in at number 3, the most cursed team in baseball, and they were definitely going to be up there if their best closer didn't get hurt. At number 3, the New York Mets. This team is cursed. Great lineup, but they just will never stay healthy. No matter how many new players you bring on their squad, bound to get hurt. I think it's a toss-up between them and the Braves for the 2nd and 3rd spot in that division, which isn't a bad thing because I think they're both going to make the playoffs. But I just picked the Braves at number 2 to go over the Mets, because I think the Braves are mentally and physically tougher than the damn Mets. And the reason I put the Braves at 2 is because they're very sneaky. Everyone's talking about the Phillies. Everyone's talking about the Mets. Obviously, you know, the Braves are in the mix, but they're not as talked about as those guys. Hot take, the Braves could win this division. I'm just saying that now. The Braves could win this division. Phillies aren't that healthy. Mets aren't that healthy, but if the number 1 team, Phillies, weren't so stacked, I might have put the Braves to win the division. Look, they got one of the best lineups in baseball, if not the best. It stinks that you guys are losing Harper for half the year, and then you're losing Rhys Hoskins, which pretty much looks like the full year. But you still signed Trey Turner, and you still got a healthy pitching staff. You got my boy Nola up there still. Wheeler Dealer up there too. Those will definitely help, you know, cushion your injuries, at least until Harper gets back. And hopefully you guys can keep the rest of your team healthy, and then you guys will be right up there at the top of the division. Next, we go into the NL Central. Coming in at number 5, we got the Cincinnati Reds. I think it goes without saying. I mean, when I hear Cincinnati Reds, I always go like, who? I love Joey Votto. I love Jonathan India, but that's it. I mean, I don't really know anybody else. I might be drawing a blank, but that's it. Coming in at number 4, another somewhat sleeper, the Pirates. I mean, they brought Kutch back. That's a way to get people's butts in the seats. And with people's butts in the seats, that hopefully means better play. So I think the Pirates will play a little bit better. I think they'll win 70 games. I think we'll definitely see them crack 70, potentially 75, depending on how the season pans out. Coming in at number 3, definitely tapering off from last year, I got the Brewers. I don't think Corbin Burnes is staying the full year. I know I've said it like 2 other times this video. I just see you guys being all right going in towards the All-Star break, and then once you guys realize like, all right, the Cardinals and Cubs just pretty much are gonna run away with this. We're gonna start shipping off pieces and tanking for next year. I think that's what you guys will start doing. Look, man, this is just my prediction. Take it with a grain of salt. And then, like I said, coming in at number 2, I said it back in the day. William Robbie, my fault, asked, which team will be the most improved and which team will regress the most? Most improved team, I mean, in my opinion, it hasn't happened yet, but the most improved team, the Chicago Cubs. Not too much evidence to back it up, but I just think the Cubs had a down year. They haven't made any moves yet, but I believe that they will be big spenders this offseason, make a few key signings, and we could see them make a playoff push. The Cubs are a sleeper team. They will make a playoff push. I'm telling you, they might not get in. They're going to be damn close, though. Belly, Dansby, Hosmer, Trey Mancini, Christopher Morel. Is Ian Happ still up there? Ian Happ, hopefully he's there. You got Marcus Stroman up there. You got, oh my gosh, who is that dude? Seiya Suzuki up there, man. Hey, look, man. I think their team's gonna be pretty all right. I just want to honor my prediction. I think they are a sleeper team, and if they make the playoffs, me and the Cub fans, we going crazy. Yes, sir, we going crazy. Number 1 spot, I mean, that's goes without saying. We got the St. Louis Cardinals. I feel like this team is really weird because they have great players. They got Goldie and Arenado. I don't know, man. I'm not too high on them. I think losing against the Phillies last year, I mean, the Phillies were hot, just left a sour taste in my mouth. I feel like they'll win the division. I'm not too high on the Cardinals. I mean, we saw Waino in the World Baseball Classic. He's topping out at a whopping like 85 miles an hour. We'll see. And last, but certainly not least, the NL West. And starting up at number 5, I mean, it goes without saying. I don't know who the Rockies really are as a team, for real. Coming in at number 4, you know, they did sign Mitch Haniger. They did fall flat on Aaron Judge and Trey Turner and Carlos Correa. The Giants are coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, an arguable another sleeper team. I like the Diamondbacks this year. I think they'll have a winning record this year. I think they'll do really well. I love Zach Allen. I love Corbin Carroll, right? I love Corbin Carroll. Definitely watch out for those 2 guys. I said it here first. Watch out for them. Coming in at number 2, the San Diego, I'm just playing. The Los Angeles Dodgers coming in at number 2. We are definitely not sleeping on the Dodgers. I mean, yes, they did lose both Turners and Gavin Lux for the full year, but they got great bats. They got my boy Mookie. They got Freddie Muncy, and I know they got Kershaw, the best regular season pitcher of all time, arguably. I think they'll be all right. Not as good as everyone thinks, like this juggernaut that wins the division every year, but they'll be all right. And the number 1 team in that division, the San Diego Padres. Goes without saying, they got the best lineup in baseball. They signed Bogarts, Juan Soto, Manny Machado. They even got role players like Trace Thompson. Y'all seen how he did in the World Baseball Classic? That dude was a beast. They're so good that they're like, yeah, Tatis, take your ass in left field, bro. But if he can stay mentally there and be like, this is for the team, not for me. Look, the Padres, yo, they're gonna run away with it. So yeah, those are my picks for the regular season. I mean, they're just predictions. I will 1000% be wrong on damn near all of them. But hey, it's just fun to do, right? So with those comes the playoff seeding. And based off the way that I put their records, this is the playoff bracket. As you can see, AL, NL, this is my prediction on based off the records that I put on which teams will clinch their division, which teams will make the wild card, and which teams will be pretty damn close. I know y'all been rocking with the video, so I'm gonna set a like goal. 50 likes, and I'm dropping my World Series predictions as soon as that hits. 50 likes. I'm literally gonna record the postseason video right after this one. We definitely gonna look back on these other predictions though, and I know I'm gonna be wrong. I know I'm gonna be wrong. Anyway, Been your boy Jay Banksy, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.